So we just discussed about the factoring. There are some, time relevant things are coming from here. Okay, because we have done few of the. You can see here, all these. If there somebody run the time evaluation with the standard schema, there are few of the, time wastage will be generated like M730. Few of the standard, you know,
Is this a standard
patterns
wage
which are
type?
not
Okay, this is
really
standard time type.
available.
Okay, this is standard time type.
Standard wastage.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Because somebody have done a live with a
Mm-hmm.
standard schema, say
Okay.
TM00 or
Uh-huh.
TM04 something like that. So by default it will generate this from even if the waste type is not there, it will
Okay.
put it in ZL.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get error only in the payroll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we can do here is we'll just run time evaluation. Uh, we say so that is the reason time evaluation is every time critical. If you are without having a a good functional knowledge on time, we should not do a live run.
Okay.
Okay,
But which schema you will run, that does not matter.
that is actual matter, right?
Yeah, so
So here we know this is the schema which we have built.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, and we know what will be the output. What you can say waste types you will get because
Correct.
this is under your control.
Correct.
Okay, so let us say TM04. Okay,
Uh-huh.
you will think that TM04 is the standard one.
Correct.
Ideally, it is 100% accurate, but
Correct.
really not. TM04 will generate a standard waste types. So, like why they have given M110, it is a model waste type, and you have to copy this to
Okay.
your waste type, and you have to use this. Okay, we should not use directly these waste types.
Okay, okay.
Similarly, in the time evaluation also, you should not use TM04, in straight away,
Okay.
and you should not modify TM04.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to copy it to your own, and you have to use.
Okay. But
Okay, I
if we
will just run.
copy, we just copy and we do not make any changes to TM04, and we,
Simply the same error will
yeah,
come.
same error will come, right?
Yes. Okay, so here on the last day, I can know here itself what are the ZL we are getting generated, right?
Okay.
Still, if you see here, here also we are getting the this thing.
Correct.
Okay, so from where it will get generated, we know few of the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
We should be aware of these things. Okay, then only you can identify from where we are getting, you know, the waste types.
Okay.
Okay, this can't be from this particular day. Okay, it can be from some other day.
Sri Krishna, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
How we can identify the payroll is running from 21st to 20th through time evaluation, 21st to 20th or 1 to 30th. How we can identify the dates? Is there any way to identify that through time evaluation?
No, I think it will be the control record which you have created, no? That will only help you to identify.
See,
No,
you
the payroll
you
period is
have
from
period parameters.
payroll period is
So
from 1 to
anything.
30, but they get the time data from 21st to 20th.
So
So how
they,
we
yeah, maybe in PO03 uh, there is a time portion also where it fetches the record from there. So the last 7 will be fetched from there.
No, I will just answer you, Vimal. Okay, I think you are there is nothing relevant to your payroll period and all this stuff. Okay. Generally, client will tell that my payroll processing period is from 26th to 25th. Okay, Vimal, if I'm not wrong, that is the region you are asking, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so ideally nothing is there like 26th to 25th. That depends on the cutover date what client is following. Okay, on 25th they will lock the payroll area. Okay, and they will start their payroll process. That is their internal thing. Okay, it is nothing to your payroll period will remain from 1 to 30th only. Okay, let us say if there are any absences after 25th. Okay, if there are any absences after 25th, okay, that will be managed in the next month salary. Okay, so obviously your date become as from 26th to again next 25th, whatever you have the absences and whatever the payments will be paid in the next month. Okay, so similarly in the time evaluation.
So if the payroll calendar or parameter is monthly, Krishna, you are saying like 1 to 30th is the like 01 is the payroll period, and 1 to 30th is the payroll period. But you want to run from 26th to 25th. So does it retro every month? Like this month, last month retro for 5 days, and next month 5 days retro for this month. This,
Obviously, obviously,
okay.
obviously. If there is any in info type 3, we have all checks.
Sri Krishna, on my case, it is they're getting the time data from 21st to 20th, but they are locking the payroll period on 25th, and then they're running the payroll from 25th to 30th. So
Yes,
on that, like how we can do that?
the
So we
same
want
thing,
the
right? Vimal, I think we are just getting confused what really will happen in the live system, right? So even in the payroll or time, let us say we'll take the same example, okay? So let us say we have run the payroll for the month of January, okay? There is a simple concept you have to understand when you done a live payroll for the employee, okay? Your data will be like this,
Yes.
okay? Maybe we can, which is the date, 36. Okay, so ideally your data will be like this.
There will be no payroll correction checkbox.
Correction checkbox as well. Forgot it. Uh, okay, so there is no checkbox correction this one as well. Okay, so ideally it will be like this. Let us say you locked, control record. Okay, on 25th itself. Okay, so when you lock the control record on 26th, any of the master won't get updated. Especially it is your time data, like your attendance or your you can say absence, anything. Okay, so you have run the time evaluation as well until 31st of January, and payroll obviously you have run until 31st of January. Then only employee will get the salary for entire month. Okay, so this is for both time and payroll. Okay, so first we will run the time evaluation. Okay, so we have maintained data only until 25th. So but time evaluation we have run until 31st of, okay, January. Then let us say in the next month again, 26th there is a absence. If they entered a absence on say 2nd of January, this will be recorded as 2nd of Jan, right? If I am not wrong, in the both places and here as well. Okay, so when you are running the time evaluation for the employee, so by default the time evaluation will run from this date. and you will get the data to the payroll. Okay, and in the payroll again it will run from this in the month of February. What I am going to tell you. Okay, this is a simple functionality. This is the change date capturing on that. It will do. Okay, Vimal.
Uh,
Okay, you said.
one basic question, Sri Krishna.
Yes, Shweta.
Generally, when we run the payroll for multiple employees and there is some problem in the employee, that employees are logged, right? So there is something called match code W. Where do we see that match code W?
See what exactly here just now Vijay said, right? There is a
Uh-huh.
correction.
Yeah, correction, correct.
Whenever there is a error run of the employee, we have
Yeah,
a
person
check
number.
mark like this.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
no, this
yeah,
payroll correction will get generated.
yeah,
Okay,
correct. Huh.
so now when you run the payroll,
If I want to run payroll only for employees with match code W,
yeah,
so
I think
how do I
here
do
we
that?
have sorry search help.
Dynamic
Sorry,
selection, search help.
Okay.
Okay.
so here you have different math codes where you can check with the payroll correction one.
W
So
is
now it will run.
okay.
Now it will run math code W will check input type
Okay.
3 for those employees only it will run
Okay,
because no
okay,
need
okay,
to
okay.
run for
Correct, correct,
everyone. Okay,
correct, 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 correct. Okay, so in
that
search
is
help
it is
W.
as a filter. It will work
Okay.
as a filter for you.
Okay, 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 okay. I didn't know this. Okay, okay. Okay, fine.
Uh, okay, where we are, we can check the date here, right? So on 15th, a wage type is getting generated on 31st January. Okay, so we'll just try to identify from where it is generating. I think we are just uh, deviating, but still we have to identify. Okay, I think
Can't we just can't we just search that particular wage type and see where all it is coming and then find?
pardon.
We can simply
We
search,
got the
right?
dates over here. No, wage type, I don't think we can search directly, right? It will store.
M1110, if we search directly, it will not
This
show
is
from
odd
where.
time hours.
Yeah.
Actually, if you double click on the burner, it will expand everything. Then you can search waste type also.
Where you are telling?
If you go to the employee, Krishna, go to up where the log starts,
This
double
one?
click on the log, it will expand everything. Yeah, double click on that, it will expand everything. Then you can,
For all the days.
yeah, everything, all input, output, and everything. Now you can search.
Now I can do Control F.
Yeah, control F
Yeah.
and do it.
M double one
1
zero zero.
110, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So now here we can find out, right?
it is getting generated in which pair? So this
Yeah.
is generating because of anyhow. Finally, this is generating
Processing time M.
because of their table, right?
Yeah.
Processing type M
Yeah.
and all this stuff. Okay. So here we have, we'll see first the group which we are maintained. Everything is 01. Okay, so this is the standard grouping which we are getting from, you can say, initialization. Okay, so this is W3. Okay, so we can remove these two. Okay, so ideally now if we run again, so we should resolve with one ZL wastage. The other one is M70. This will be generated with a PCR array. With a PCR, which I know, which is like something utility hours or something is there. Okay.
TR90.
So here, if you see here, TR90 is a PCR which will generate. Sorry. So now I think it will be fine if we do a live run. Okay, so now your payroll should also get generated. Okay. So what I said to Ashwin is like, you can see a CO table over here. Okay. This is the cost table which will capture and will get posted in your posting. Okay, so we'll just go through the factoring, whatever. Yes. Okay, so we have written few of the factoring stuff over here for slash 801. We have a standard rule which I have explained to you. If there is another other absence or a mid-year entry and all this stuff, so your rule will calculate basing on you know calendar hours in the period. Okay. So here we have written a specific custom specific logic basing on calendar days, and we have some taken as unauthorized things and all this stuff. Okay, so this is the standard piece of factoring. Now let us say we have a scenario like if employee present for the entire month. Okay, you have to pay attendance bonus. Okay. So let us say we have a split over here, right? In from 1st Jan 16 to say there is a record until 15th. Okay, and we have a record of Jan 16 to 31st of. Okay, last time I explained you about split, how it will form, right? So let us say if you have a split period over here, okay, or let us say we'll take the strike case first, like, first Jan to, uh, sorry, first Jan to, 30th of, 31st of, then if there is no absence for the employee for the entire period, so client has to pay, okay, a attendance bonus for the employee. So ideally there are two ways to handle this. Like, one thing is you can adjust the existing PCR to be generated, right? What are the, we can modify the existing PCR, that is ZPFF, okay, to calculate, the attendance bonus for the employee, or you can create a new one. Okay, how we can adjust the standard one is, I will just show you. I am not going to adjust the existing one because it is completely given for only to calculate a factor, not to calculate attendance bonus and all this stuff. So ideally we should not, but we can still handle. Let us say, we can create a new /8 wastage which is not used, and for that we can capture a rate. If rate equal to 1, okay, you can generate a attendance bonus wastage. Okay, else instead of using the standard one, we have to better write a new one. So this is really not relevant to any of the wage and all this stuff. Okay. So what we can take here is we can take the same logic, means what we have said, that if there is no absence for the period, okay, so we can take like T K AU star star, okay, which will give all the unauthorized absences. So 1 minute, rate minus TAP star star K. Okay, I want the calendar days. Okay, so here I was just, I have to tell rate equal to, okay, it's a very simple one. Like I have taken a, paid and unpaid absences, I compare with 0. If it is star, okay, I don't do anything. If it is greater than, sorry, if it is star, I will create a, attendance bonus ways. If it is greater than, I don't create a attendance bonus. Okay, so I can call a, amount from a constant, from, you can say, I think I will check with a, constant, where you can put a fixed value if you require. Okay, so as we discussed, amounts will be maintained in 511P. You can say here a
Not in
attendance
511K.
bonus. 511K if it is a number,
Okay.
okay, or if it is a rate,
Okay.
okay, we have to maintain in 511K. Even 511K work for us,
Okay.
but but ideally 511P had given to maintain the amount.
Okay, okay, okay. All right.
511K had given to maintain a rate or a number.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. So both are payroll constant stable itself.
Hmm.
Okay. So now I will call it from 511P. So I am just taking a hotcode value of 100. Okay, or it may be some other logic. Okay, it can be like somebody tells that, okay, I should it will be paid, basic plus HRA divided by something, monthly days. Some other calculations can happen, but here I am taking a example of this way. Okay, so I can pass it to RT directly, or I can put it to a waste type within the IT table. Okay, so we'll just try inserting this, and I will tell you what is wrong in this PCR and what changes we have to do. Uh, okay, we'll insert in the factoring itself here. Okay, so I will insert because I'm see, there are two things. If you are evaluating it, means if you want to factor it again or not. So because it is attendance bonus, no need to factor it. You can insert after this one, and you can use because it is not respect to any of the waste type and all this stuff. You can use still ACTABO with your waste type, sorry, PCR ZATT for here, and we will see how it will work.
So can we also do this thing? Suppose the employee, there are 22 working days in a month, and a company can have attendance bonus to the employee. Suppose he has only attended 20 days in a month.
Mhm.
So that part also we can do.
Yes, yes. We'll just go to that as well. Okay, today itself. Right. This is one example. We have the same topic I have for the day. Okay. Okay. So this will because there is a some of the absences for the employee now. It is going to store and it is not generating anything. Okay. Now what we will do? We'll just remove the absences for this employee for that month of uh, January. Okay. So even we have because we have put paid and unpaid absences for the employee. Okay, all the January related things I am removing. Okay, now I will check the what happened. Still it is star. Sorry. Actually, there is no unpaid absence and paid absence. Ideally, it should be zero. I think, okay, just see else. So I will just do some modifications like, what, see, I will just tell that rate is equal to T K S O L L. Okay. So then I will tell rate minus TKAV star star. Okay. Rate minus TKAP star star means uh, absences unpaid, absences paid. So TKSOLL, I have taken the calendar days. Now I will compare with, okay, rate compare with TKSOLL. Okay. So now it will go to star only. No, previously also it is correct. Okay. Right. I think previously also it should work. I think something wrong with my mind today. Okay. So finally you will get a, if there is no options, we will get a okay attendance bonus for the employee. Okay, so gone.
Can we check the RT?
No, no, I didn't push it to RT because I'm using ACTO function.
Okay.
Okay, I have to mention here specially. If let us say if I am calling it with PIT, process IT,
Mm.
by default it will go to IT table. Okay, here I am not using PIT function. I am using ACTO, which I am not really processing the what you said, the IT table. Okay, so ideally it should come now, right?
Yeah.
So likewise, you got this. Even rate also you are getting.
Mm.
Means how many days employee present you can say.
Okay.
Okay. So that is one part. Now let us say this will work whenever there is no split. Okay. So this I am explaining you because uh, factoring is majorly based on the split. Okay. It can be from any of the info tabs. Okay. Now what I will do, I will just copy this. Okay. Even if there is no change in the salary part. Okay. If there is a split like this. Right now, the payroll will have a split for this particular, partial period. Okay. Now let us say there is a absence. Okay. I can take any of the leave. Okay. Okay. I can take it as 20. Okay, so I'm just I think I have to recheck the configuration. Somebody changed or I had changed for any of the examples. So I will just take a loss of pay over here. Okay. So just remember on 19th January we have, put a unauthorized absence. Now if you see here, ideally it should not generate any of what you say, the attendance bonus. Okay. So but still it is getting generated. Okay. So the other thing is, let us say if you are comparing a wage type actually, so what it will happen if you see any of the, if let us say if you have put a check for a wage type called /805, okay, so if you, why the split is not here? I think I have given a wrong date, I think. Okay, there is no percentage change or something. Okay, we'll do one thing else. We'll just see info type 8 itself. Okay, so it was still generating. If you see the waste tabs, so we have multiple waste tabs. Let us say if you are writing a rule for a /805 for example, so your rule will calculate for the both partial periods, okay, and it will generate, if there is no options, it will generate, uh, you know, uh, two times, like instead of 100, he will get 200, okay. So if there is a absence in the month, let us say it falls on the second partial period, still it will generate a waste tab, okay. So which is actually wrong. So there will be a inconsistency whenever there is a split period, for that payroll, okay. So the things we have to remember here is, now when you are writing a PCR like this, okay, instead of using T is for only for that particular partial period, say from 1 to 15th, or you know 16th to 31st. So instead of using T, now you have to use Z over here. Only in these cases, okay, it is not really for the factoring cases. Factoring should happen basing on the partial period, but these conditions should happen basing on his entire month. Okay, so partial period for whole month. Okay, so this is the only thing you have to take care when you are writing a logic basing on his attendances. Okay, it is for entire month or it is for this one. So as of now, what it was happening, it is generating a ATT, sorry, the attendance bonus for us, which is exactly not, and it is reading for only 16 days, that is 1 to 16. This is for first partial period it is running, okay. So which is actually wrong, because the absence is on 19th, which is the second partial period, okay. So now if you run, it should not generate the absence, stating that there is a, it should go to star and it should. Now if you see, if you put for the whole month, so because there is a absence, okay, it will stop the thing. Any questions on this? So going to the next topic within the factoring. Okay, so now I will tell a separate example, like we have a allowance. Okay, it can be a say special allowance. I think we'll take a element which we already had, right? We will take say HRA. We will take. Okay, let us say HRA. The client will give HRA. Okay, only if employee has, you know, 15 days of attendance on a month. Okay, so how we can manage, right? So this is again a factoring part. Okay, this is not a specific rule. We have to factor HRA. Okay, accordingly. Okay, so we'll go to the factoring PCR now. Is the topic clear, right, everyone?
Yes.
What I'm going to explain, right? It can be 15, it can be 20, that depends. So now what I will do, I will take a waste type or here, 806 already I have used, right, for a different purpose. So what I will do, I will create, so I will take 805 because it's not created, same level, slash 805. Okay, okay, so rate equal to TKSOLL. Okay, so again I'm doing the same mistake, or
What is the scenario, Sir Krishna?
sorry, I think I will just explain you. Okay, wait.
Finish it with G.
Yeah. So what I'm going to explain here is HRA, whatever the amount is there, okay, client, okay, will pay the total amount if employee, present for say, we'll take as 20 days, okay, 20 days for the
Oh,
month,
okay.
for the entire month.
Mm-hmm.
If he is not, present for 20 days, they will pay zero. Okay, if they present for 20 days, they will pay the amount,
Okay.
full amount.
Okay.
Okay, so this is one of the example, this thing. Okay, rate minus G K A U superstar. This is also wrong. So the first letter T stands for partial period or whole period you require. If it is for whole period, you have to use Z. Then the second letter is your calendar days or attendance days. Okay. So this SOLL is the days where the employee was, active in that particular period. Okay. Or I can, instead of TSOLL, I can use TKDI VI. Okay. Which will give the complete days in the month, irrelevant to the active days. Okay. I can subtract. So ideally, I'm sorry, I was a bit wrong here. TKSOLL is the correct one. Okay. So I will put rate minus whole month, calendar days absences, that is paid. Okay. So I am taking the number of active days of the employee in that particular month minus unpaid absences minus paid absences. Then I will just do a comparison. So this 20, as of now I am hot coding, we can maintain a constant in 511K, and we can use, rate compare with K followed by the constant. Okay. So then I can put star and a less than. Okay. So if it is 20 or greater than, okay, I will pass a, okay, HRS, sorry. I was still in going back to time. Rate equal to you can say T, sorry, K E N A U, okay, ADD WT star. So what this stands for? This is the 1 lakh value. If you remember the things when you are finally evaluating a rate, if there is, let us say, if there is no paid and unpaid absences, this divided by this is 1, right? Because both are same. So rate is equal to 1 lakh here. So finally you will get a 1 lakh of this thing. Okay, this is the factor. If not, you can do a further factor over here. Okay, from here you can start building your regular factor in this one as well. Okay, the same different logic or here for HRA as well. Okay, I just simply closed this, putting this 1. Okay, so now what I will do, I will just try to, okay, maintain the, okay, oh, what I am doing. So for this house rent allowance, now I will go and I will change, okay, the processing class 10 to 5. Okay, I'll just check what is there in the value. So we have some 79,500. So irrespective his absences and all this stuff, because there is only one absence we entered, now he should get the entire amount. Right here is the value of no, okay. You have for the first period you have the same thing. For the second period also you will be having the same logic. Okay. So finally your IT of slash 805 will be your 1 lakh. Okay, which is not the what you say prorated one. So ideally employee when after the valuation, okay, so it will be get your 0 to 100 will be get valuated accordingly, multiplying with that 1 lakh, then divided by 1 lakh. Finally you will get the same value, right? 79,500. And now the split will get removed and finally you will pay paid with the amount. Am I correct or I'm wrong? So I'm wrong over here because we have to do further check over here, right? So I think we had just have to take care of the factor as well. T. Now I have to check for the partial period. T K S O L L. Okay. So RETE rate minus sorry, rate into K G N A U. Okay. Rate divided by T uh, KDI VI. Okay, so what exactly here is this will read for the all the partial periods. So it will check first initially how many days employee present for the whole month. So if it is more than 20 or not, if it is less than, so we are not doing any factoring. So finally the rate will become 0 for both the if there are any split periods. So finally he won't get anything. But if it is more than 20, so now I will read for each split period. So first split period, the active days, may contain only 16. Okay, in our example, okay, 16 into 1 lakh divided by 31. We'll have a rate for the first period. Okay, for the second period, again, you can say some 16 days again. Okay, that is from 16th to 31. So likewise, you have to put a factoring condition over here. Similar to this, okay, these three lines. So then only you will get a actual factor over here. Okay, so if you see here, now we got a complete 79,500. Okay, so now if you can see the difference of slash 805 over here. So for the first period, it was checked for the entire month 20 or not. So it is going to star, and it is just splitting for that particular period. That is for the first period here, if you see. Okay, so this is for the second one. So finally you have a 1 lakh, which is a bifurcated one, like for the split thing. If you see here, 805, right? So the total is 1 lakh, but for the first partial period how much, and the second partial period how much. So finally your value, will be, for this thing is 79,500. If you see the output of, you know, you can say xval, where the factor will happen, right? Your 0 to 100 now factored with the first one. Okay, so the second one, second period, and finally your output of 7, this one will be, you know the total of this, which is 7,000 some change, right? Sorry, 79,500. Okay, so likewise you can do a things like this. Let us say now, just moving ahead, let us say if there is, if employee present more than 20, let us say employee present for only 21 days. So now client will tell I have to pay only for 21 days, not for entire 30 days. Okay, so simply you can reduce, your factoring logic or here within the PCR. Okay, here itself you can subtract your, you know, unpaid absences or unauthorized absences, whatever you require. Any questions? So I think that's all from my side for the day. If you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah, Krishna, at the end of the session, I want to talk about that hourly to salary, but not about this session.